Hey people, welcome to the Wednesday stream. It is a hot 29 degrees Celsius at 6 p.m. on June the 3rd. And another hump day is upon us. Hope you're all doing well. I'm in the shade here. I'm going to try to stay in the shade for a lot of this stream tonight. My phone actually wouldn't even let me start the stream until I applied a overheating setting. That's the first time that's ever happened. So hopefully that'll help protect against overheating. And I see lots of people popping into the chat. Hello, John Nicholson, Alan K, what's up? Salayada, William Elliott, Lee John, Chantel, Karen, hello, Carl Roth. Cookies and Chaos is in the house. What's up? Zach, Urban Andrew, Queenway, Lumiakin, hello, Gertij, Yarrow Bumblefoot. Hello, hello to everyone. What's up, the Mighty Runt? Whitby Dude. Famous Master, hello. Alright, no worries, Alan. Just looking through the chat. Already lots of names, or if I'm missing anyone. Leo Chung, hello. I'm sure I missed a few people here and there, but I'm sure I'll get to say hi to you as we continue on. Lots of people already here. Thoughts on the new Spider Noir? I've watched 2 episodes. I don't know, it's okay so far. I'm not like hooked on it or anything yet. It's kind of neat. I dig the whole look of it and all that. Alright, we're going to walk through a alleyway, laneway. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Daniel, Lena Sandoval, hello. The color purple's here. Hello, Ida, welcome. Oh, Cookies and Chaos may or may not have purchased a certain stabilizing apparatus. What could that be? Has she become a member of the Stabilization Society? Hey, Jillian, Toronto's Do Up Music Guy, hello. It's 29 Celsius right now. Daniel, it's hot. It's hot, hot. That's why I thought I'd start the stream here in a shady sort of alleyway. Hey, 315 Tricky, hello. There's a guy up there somewhere. There you go. Yeah, I always watch my premieres on my laptop so I can tag people in the chat. I watch live streams by other people on my TV though. And I usually lurk when I watch those. So we're just walking up alongside Sherbourne Street, just on the other side of these buildings. This is called Central Hospital Lane, I think. Hello, Harjot. Whenever you walk through these laneways, you're always bound to encounter some characters, you know, especially when it's hot. So there's Sherbourne Street over there. You can see Allen Gardens, all the trees. Yeah, I never watch stuff on my phone. I just don't enjoy that small screen, you know? My laptop screen is just barely big enough for me. The only time I ever watch anything on my phone is if I'm like sitting on the toilet or something, you know? Hey, Gary, hello, and Jacques. Oof, out into the sun. Let's get out of here. This is Carlton Street. Wasn't going to make it. Hey, Scott, hello. Alright, this is Bleecker Street. There's the Choo Choo Grill. Bleecker Street kind of has a bad reputation too, kind of like Sherbourne, which is just the next street over. Hey, WMD, hello. Not a bot, good evening. Budgie Flight, good to see you. You still haven't installed your AC, Cookies and Chaos? That's a nice breeze. My AC has been running since the morning. Turned it on at about 11 a.m. My apartment was getting a bit too toasty, so I left it running. So when I get home later, I'll walk into a nice cool apartment. That'll be nice. Our truck go. Hey Jada, good evening. So the east side. Oof. Some new rental apartment buildings are supposed to be built on this parking lot here with affordable units. For some reason the signs, the development notice signs, have gotten covered with messages saying, no, keep it out of our neighborhood. Because they just assume it's condos, right? They see like a rendering of tall buildings and they just think it's condos. And they don't even read anything on the notice. They just start writing, no, we don't want it, no. All their stupid messages. Well, more affordable than, I guess, you know. In downtown Toronto. Hey, Susie, hello. Get this man some water so we can get to the tower. I'm walking away from the tower right now. Well, fingers crossed that you will be the chosen one. There's a lot of cooperative housing complexes around here. Yeah, rent stabilization only applies to buildings built before 2018, unfortunately. So if you live in an older building like I do, you'll have it, but if you live in any building built after that year, I think at or after that year, you're out of luck. That was a change made by Dougie Ford, of course. Making things a little worse for everybody. I think he had plans to even do away with rent control altogether until people were starting to rise up against it, and he backed off on that. Hey, Sam Ronald, hello. Superintendent Cookies. Or is it Superintendent Chaos? Yeah, my phone's running hot. I haven't gotten any notices saying it's overheating though, because I turned on the anti-overheating setting right before the stream. It wouldn't even let me start the stream unless I did that. It was not possible to begin streaming unless I applied that. That's the first time that's ever happened. I've never had to do that before. But hey, we got over 200 people already watching me walk through the mean streets here on the east side of downtown. We're going to walk up through St. Jamestown here on Bleecker Street, right next to Sherbourne. We walked along a bit of Sherbourne during my last stream, but not that much. Hey, Ashnix, hello. Hey, thank you, Chantel. That's right. Hit all the buttons, do all the things, come and say hi in the chat. And if you're new, if you're not new, long-time lurker, whatever the case may be. Hey, Picard. I would say tea Earl Grey hot, but it's already too hot as it is. I don't want anything to do with anything hot right now. So maybe just engage. We'll just stick with the classic. Brief little exposures to the sun is enough. It's enough for me, yo. Astrostorm, how you doing? Welcome. Sounds like a new viewer to me. Thanks for coming to say hi. Raymond Dean, how you doing? Good evening. Here's St. Jamestown. The truth. You miss home. Was this home for you? Like Toronto or this neighborhood in particular? All right, sounds good. Cookies and chaos. Way to do me a solid. Whew. All right, dare I go that way towards the sun? Toronto is home. I was kind of thinking of walking along some of the east-west cross streets, the nice shady residential streets with all the trees, you know? Get a lot of nice shade. Nice tree cover. I just have to temporarily expose myself to these ultraviolet rays. My least favorite part of the electromagnetic spectrum that I regularly expose myself to. Hey, Megan, hello. Can I cross? Can I cross a Sherborne? Looking south down at Sherborne. Hey, Hero Monaco, hello. Alright, I go now. Miss Lobabob. No exposing myself. That's right, that might go against YouTube's community guidelines. Alright, so here's Isabella Street. Let us go west. On the other side, though, the shadier side. Cross on over to the shadier side. Look at this bird taking a little bath in the dirt. It's a dirt bath. There's a little hole that he can do his thing in there. It's like a little tub, a little dirt tub. That's kind of cute. That's right, do your thing. Don't let me interrupt you. Oh, he's done. I guess this person walking here scared him away. Interrupted his bath time. Hey, Devin Sullivan, hello. And Rebecca, welcome. Actually, Isabella here doesn't have as many big trees as some of the other streets. Neville. Checking out some chats. This street is just full of these redevelopment notices for very tall buildings all along Isabella, really. From Sherborne all the way over to Church, actually even towards Yonge. There are proposals for buildings ranging between like 60 to 70 stories high. This will become like another Charles Street, where it's all really tall residential towers. We're at Jarvis.
Daniel and Laura are going on vacation.
Well, my phone hasn't told me it's overheating yet, so maybe this new setting is actually working. And I have stayed in the shade for most of the walk so far. Hey, Christos. The Foy House. That's a big ass old mansion. Look at that. Community event space. I think there's a proposal here too, though, for a tall tower. Hey, welcome back, Alan. Yeah, another. Someone just wrote no. 69-story residential building. I think these messages people write on here are just so stupid. They usually don't understand what the application is for. They just see a tall building and think, no. And here's where that old apartment building was that they tore down. You might remember I kept checking up on this one to see the progress of the demolition. And so another new building will be built here, a rental tower, not a condo, a rental apartment building. I think a 62-story rental apartment building. Hey, Bill Chow, hello. Alright, here be Church Street. I think we're in Reddy Eddie's new neighborhood. I think he just moved into a condo around here recently. Although I think he lived here 4 years ago and then went to the East End for a while and then came back as a homeowner, condo owner. RK8, how you doing? Hey, Dynamics. Doing a shady walk here, avoiding the sun. And now, I just found out recently that this older apartment building right here has also been proposed to be redeveloped. So the plan is to tear this down and build a much taller building in its place. Kind of similar to what they did just back there. So this building will probably be demolished soon. Hey, Budgie Flight. $5 for a treat of my choice. Hey, thank you. Cheers, Budgie Flight. First super of the stream. Very much appreciated. Cheers. My cord is pulling on my phone here. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's not bad. It's like an older 1960s apartment building, right? Nothing wrong with it. Probably has nice spacious units and good solid soundproofing concrete construction. Nothing wrong with it at all. But most likely it will be replaced with a new, much taller building, I think around 70 stories. It's similar to the one that was just up the street that was already torn down. Hello, SG. So all the tenants in that building will have to relocate somewhere. But then they have the option of moving back into the brand new building when it's completed, paying the same rent that they pay now in the old building. So as long as you have a place that you can live in the interim, which might be a bit tricky for some, you can go back to your same location in a brand new building paying the same rent. Hey, Carlito's Way, hello. And Dale Melnichuk, 149 super sticker. Thank you, Dale. Much appreciated to you also. My cord is pulling on my phone so much here. Let me do an adjustment. Cord is tangled up, that's why. Hey, B-ball. Am I moving? No, I have no plans to move. I don't think my building is in much danger of being bought with intention to redevelop it due to its location. It's less likely that they'll want to build a really tall building where my building is. My building's like one of the only high-rise apartment buildings on the whole street. And I think it'll probably stay that way. My building was built in the 1950s, apparently. I thought it was more like the early 70s, but I was talking to the superintendent recently, and he told me it was built in the 50s. I was like, oh, geez, it's older than I thought. Yeah, the newer buildings don't seem to be as good at soundproofing as the older ones. Maybe they just don't build the walls quite as thick as they used to, you know? Kind of penny pinching there, saving some money on concrete costs. Let's make the walls just a couple inches less thick and a bit less soundproof. My building, though, being an older one, has really nice thick walls between the units. I don't really hear anything coming from the unit next to mine. I only hear people out in the hallway. My front door is not very good at soundproofing. So if there's someone in the hallway talking or something outside my door, I can hear them like clear as day. And every time someone uses the elevator, which is also outside my door, or the garbage chute, which is also right there, I hear all that stuff. Hello, Yvonne. How you doing? All right, we've reached Yonge Street. 1 Bloor West. Same with your building, yeah? Oh, you're staying at the Chelsea B-Ball. That's a good location. Very popular hotel for visitors to the city. I think by the number of rooms, it's Canada's biggest hotel. Just by the sheer number of rooms in there. Hey, Florida man.
the president of the company or just like associate?
Alright, no trees on Yonge Street to give you shade. Buildings, you have tall buildings to give you shade, but lots of stretches are open to the sun here. We have these older, lower buildings, so let's go back onto a nice shady side street here. Gloucester Street. Lots of trees. Hello. Hello, Hildy one. How you doing? James Canning Gardens. I've always liked this little linear park here. Norman Jewison Park on this side. We'll just take a peek. There's some neat little spots along here. It smells really good too. All these flowers here, they smell very sweet. Subways have the best AC, yeah. That's one good thing. I mean, there are lots of good things about Toronto subways, but that's one of them for sure. There's AC. I was surprised when I went to Montreal and rode the metro there. They don't have air conditioning on their trains. And I went there when it was hot as hell. But they do have like a system where air is sort of blown through the train. So it helps a little bit, but not as much as actual AC. Imagine living in one of those townhouses. Got a park right outside your door. Hey, welcome back, Leo. Lots of birds flying overhead. I feel like a target. And these chairs spin. They're spinny. They're spinny chairs. I saw where Johnny got attacked by another red-winged blackbird. Yeah, that happened to him before too. I had a bird fly right into my leg the other day. He like bounced off of my leg. He was flying towards the ground. I guess he meant to land on the ground, just sort of off to the side, and I was walking, and I guess he miscalculated. He flew directly into my leg and he bounced off my leg. He was okay though. But I was just like, what the heck? That was the last leg of his flight. Maybe I just walked too fast. He didn't anticipate the speed that my legs would be moving. Any 4K streams? No, I don't really have any plans to do 4K streams anytime soon. Maybe 1440. I'm currently doing 1080p. But if I upgrade some of my equipment, like my phone, I could do 1440 streams. This phone I'm using is 6 years old. Almost, going on 6 years old, 5.5. I noticed that a lot of the big streamers on Twitch, the big like IRL streamers on Twitch, like Extra Emily and Genie TTY and people like that, they do a lot of streams in 720p, and doesn't seem to deter anyone from watching them. But then again, they have a very particular audience who watches them for different reasons, I guess, than most of the viewers of streams by people like me. So they'd probably watch a stream by those people if it was like in 360p or something. But my pre-recorded videos, which are published 4 days of the week, I do 3 live streams and 4 pre-recorded videos every week. So the pre-recorded ones, they are in 4K. I've never been attacked by a bird. I don't think I have either. Not like an intentional attack. Quad mods, does my image look 6 years old, does it? That's like a sin in the live streaming world, I guess. No offense taken. It's a beautiful shady side street here, Gloucester Street. Hey, just Smitty, hello. Even in the shade, it's hot. I can feel the sweatiness building. It's a hoot one. A hoot one hoot here. Not misty, I'm not doing it right. I get misty. Hey, REO, hello. Or Rio, maybe? I said it right. Okay, good to know. During my last stream, I did all the big major streets going north-south. So I streamed along Bathurst, Spadina, University Avenue, Bay Street, Yonge Street, Church Street, Jarvis Street, Sherbourne, and Parliament, all in one stream. Care about the World Cup. I don't really care about the World Cup either, to be honest. I'm not like all excited about it by any means. I'll just be out recording and streaming during it just to see what's going on and all that, but you know, the games themselves, I'm not really interested. Long light, all right. When I was waiting for the light, that guy up ahead was standing right next to me when I said I don't care about the World Cup, and he kind of looked at me like I said I enjoy kicking puppies or something. Like, what? Aghast? Oh, what? You what? Yeah, the original Kenny versus Spenny house from season 1 is right up ahead here. Hello. Hey, hello up there. Nice, thanks. Had a viewer on a balcony. It's always fun when that happens. So here's the original Kenny versus Spenny house. Just for the first season, then they moved on to Sherborne. Right near my place, I can see the other Kenny versus Spenny house. If I look out my window, I look down on it. Fair enough, Bill. Although, to be honest, soccer was one of the only sports that I did play when I was a kid, you know. I played soccer and I played baseball a little bit. But I was more into soccer than I was into baseball. The only team I was ever on in school was a soccer team. Just for one year, grade 6, I was on a soccer team. Budgie flight, $5 again. Thanks for strolling down the street. Lots of party time memories from your 20s. Really? Who would have known? Did you party with Kenny and Spenny in the old house over there? That would have been awesome. Thank you very much once again, Budgie Flight. Cheers to you. I'm just going to imagine that you partied with Kenny and Spenny over there. Hey, Sal Smith, hello. Hi. Look at these awesome old townhouses here. You love saying the word budgie. Don't they call Speedos, the little tiny little shorts, budgie smugglers in Australia? That's what they call a Speedo. It's a budgie smuggler. Oh, there. John O'Meara just confirmed it. So I guess every guy has a budgie in his pants in Australia. Gotta smuggle my budgie. So the guys brag there and say they got like a parrot instead of a budgie. I ain't got no budgie, I got a full-grown macaw parrot. Hey, Lorraine McLean. A pants parrot. Hey, we're back at Sherborne. Yeah, that old apartment building back there is one of my favorites in the area. Right over there, yeah. I've shown that in many a video. Alright, now we're going down Sherborne. I was just here during my last stream, but I'm not going to stay on Sherborne. Is this a dead end? Let's go down here. Looks like they're doing some filming here. We got a film crew. And we got the sun. Ugh. Can't see. I can't see. All right, here comes the shade. Here comes the shade. Doo 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 doo. It's all right. Yeah, filming something. Something is up. What's filming? Was it? It's a show?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
TV show? Okay, cool. Sweet.
It's good, man.
Yeah, cool.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Hey, old rot gut. So it's a TV show, not a movie. Math doctors, how about the hot weather? How about it, eh? Hey, it's pretty hot out here, eh? How about it? What's down here? Never walked through here before. What is this thing? Hey, the boutique. That was my day. It was all right. Oh, we still have more filming going on over here too. It's going right around the corner. Using this big old apartment. The White Album is the best Beatles album, you say? I like Abbey Road the best. Mainly for side 2, right? With the medley and all that. I think that's what elevates it to legendary status, but I do listen to the White Album a lot just for the vast collection of songs that are all different from one another. Lots of weird songs. By far their most sort of weird songs all together on that one album. Zellers is coming back. Yeah, I heard they were opening up a store up near Yorkdale Mall. Up in that area. Oh, is that right, Quad Mods? That's good. Well deserved. Hey, Tim. Hello, hello. What's up, Tim T? When I first heard the news about Zellers, I thought I heard them say they're opening the store at Yorkdale, and I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Yorkdale is like a fancy upscale mall, and I thought as if they'd open a Zellers at Yorkdale. But that's not the case. It's going to be near Yorkdale, not at Yorkdale. I think Yorkdale is trying to maintain their image as a high-end shopping mall, so I don't think they would want a Zellers to locate there. Even if they said they'd fill up that giant empty base store, you know. I think they're waiting for something. Debutik has been a City Dweller member for 19 months. Say cheers, Debutik. Thank you so much. The Yorkdale is missing out. Because I think some other store was interested in leasing the space where the Hudson's Bay store was, and Yorkdale turned them down because it wasn't like a fancy brand, you know. They're like, sorry, you're not good enough for us. They'd rather keep that space empty rather than rent it out to someone not up to their standards, I guess. On Wellesley Street.
Yes.
It was fair weather? Okay, thank you, Rainy Baby. I was trying to remember exactly which store it was. And hello, Rainy Baby. Whew. Well, we're doing a good job of staying in the shade, I think. 330 some people watching. Over an hour in already. Jeez, I didn't think we'd been streaming that long yet. Hey, crikey. Looks like she wanted to walk right into me or something. Alec Marshall. She wanted to get up close and personal with one of the Toronto streamers, maybe. And they had Zellers and Kmart to choose from. That sounds like when I was growing up in North Bay. For most of my time as a North Bayite, we had, when I was younger, like a kid or a teenager, we had Zellers, we had Kmart, we had Wolco, we had Towers. We had a Towers. Not a lot of places had a Towers. We had one of those. So we didn't have a Sears, like not a proper big Sears department store. We didn't have one of those. We didn't have an Eaton's or a Bay. We had a Kresge's downtown on Main Street. But going further back in time, you know, like in the 1930s, 40s, 50s or whatever, North Bay had an Eaton's right downtown on Main Street. It had like lots of stuff way back when that it didn't have later. Everything became more suburbanized in the 60s and 70s, so that's when you got like the plazas opening and the malls came along. So you got your Zellers and your Wolcos and your Towers and all that stuff kind of out away from downtown. And all the older stores downtown started closing, like the old Eaton's. There's a couple other smaller downtown department stores that closed. And then the Kresge's was the only one that was left when I was a kid or a teen. And then eventually, though, Sears did finally open up a proper department store in North Bay. I was an adult by the time that happened, though. Hey, thank you, John O'Meara. Yeah, we had one of those catalog places instead of an actual department store for Sears. But I think it was around the early 2000s when they finally opened an actual Sears department store, like a big one. Ponderosa. I remember when there was a Ponderosa, yeah. That building is still there, I think, or there's a restaurant in the same location anyway as where the Ponderosa used to be. It's another chain restaurant that's there. And I remember Consumers, yeah, we used to go there quite a bit to Consumers Distributing. Look through the catalogs, you know. They had those little glass display cases showing some of the merchandise. The catalogs on top. Such a strange concept, but seemed pretty popular. Hey Ziggy, hello. Still have some JCPenney's in the US. I went to only one JCPenney store in my whole life, and that was in Port Huron, Michigan. Right near Wallaceburg, my birthplace, just across the border from Wallaceburg. I remember we went there to get some back to school clothes. Got like a cool jacket, you know. I was really into it. I thought I was one cool dude. I got my jacket from JCPenney. Yeah, I think my most memorable thing I got at Consumers was a radio-controlled Trans Am. We're almost at Yonge Street again. There's Wellesley Station. Got a dingus back there doing dingus type stuff. I'm a fucking clown. Okay. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Best comeback, right? Little Blue Pill, hello? We're back at Yonge Street. Just can't seem to keep away from Yonge Street here. Of course I remember Radio Shack. What's up, Rick? Bistro Lane? Never saw this. Had a name before. It's not much of a lane though, it just basically goes right there. Bistro Lane. Hey Cam, hello. What's up, Derek? Stream is maxing at 720. It should be 1080. Unless the anti-heat... Yeah, maybe the anti-overheating settings are limiting the stream quality. Maybe that's something that it does to stop the phone from overheating. Well, that sucks if it's bumping the stream quality down to 720p. I'd rather risk overheating, to be honest. Maybe that's why the picture looks 6 years old. Maybe it's actually in 720p right now. Can I turn off this setting here? Jeez. Well, that explains it. The anti-overheating setting that I was forced to turn on has bumped down the quality from 1080p to 720p. I wonder if I can turn it off. Do. Just looking around here. Got the crowd at Barvolo there. Does it look the same? Well, if you're watching on a small screen, you probably don't notice any difference, but people watching on a big TV screen or something would definitely be able to tell that the quality is lower. Well, I know I can change the quality here. Boo! Alright, what do we have here? Dark mode. Call and text. Oh well, looks like I'm stuck here with 720p. I don't see an option to turn it off. You got 720, yeah. If I had known that I would be forced to stream in 720 if it's hot outside, I might have taken some preventative measures to not have to do this. Hey Tiana, hello. Little blue pill. looks okay to you. I've only streamed intentionally in 720p a few times. The very first stream I ever did was in 720p. That was using the YouTube app, so I had no choice. And then during one of the New Year's Eve live streams, I bumped the quality down to 720p in the hopes that my signal wouldn't crash during the fireworks. Other than that, I've always streamed in 1080p. Hey Raymond, $2. Nice walk, Ken, but Jeopardy is about to start. No worries, Raymond. Enjoy the show. Thank you for checking out the stream, and thank you for the super. Much appreciated. Well, maybe if it cools down a bit, the anti-overheating setting will allow the phone to bump back up to 1080p again. Maybe it'll just automatically do that.
I was always at the front, but that question was. It's. Me too.
It seems to be like locked into the setting though while I'm live, you know? Like I can't change it while I'm still live. I'd have to like end the stream and then change it. This is the first time it's ever done this, and I've streamed in plenty of hotter days than this. It must be something new, maybe? Maybe it came with a recent update. Seemed like a nice place to dine. Yeah, I think it's a pretty popular spot. Good evening, Jollykins. Got a little restaurant right there. Too hot for 1080p. Well, it's always managed okay before. Mr. Majestic. All right, let's go through this little back alley hidden land over here. Got all the back sides of these shops on Yonge Street. Okay, Ziggy. Probably neat to live in one of the apartments right above the shops here. Got these old fire escapes. Hey, welcome back, Cookies and Chaos. It's Wile E. Coyote and Sylvester. And Bugs. Who's this guy? Why don't I recognize this character here? Got Tweety. So you have all these Bugs Bunny related characters, but why don't I recognize this one? I used to watch the show religiously. Oh, that's Sylvester over here. But Goofy is a Disney character. He wouldn't be part of this gang. I don't think it's Goofy. He has that kind of hat that Goofy wore, though, but that's about the only thing that is reminiscent of Goofy. Hey, D. Harriet. Yeah, these are all, you know, Warner Brothers cartoon characters here from Bugs Bunny. Overture, curtains, lights, this is it. We'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Hey, Bert. I don't think it's Goofy. Why would they stick a Disney character in with all the Warner Brothers Bugs Bunny characters? It doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't look like Goofy to me. Hey, D. Harriet, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Support is awesome. Cheers to you, D. Harriet. Thank you. And hello, Choppy. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be Daffy, was it? Daffy doesn't usually wear a hat. Although the character was like black like Daffy. Daffy had like black feathers, right? Maybe it was Daffy, just a poor depiction of Daffy, because he's the only major one missing from that gang, you know. Well, Elmer Fudd, I guess. But Daffy was the star of his own little shows, you know. So was Bugs, so was Sylvester and Tweety and the Coyote. The skunk, maybe? Pepe Le Pew? I don't know. You're despicable. Ho, ha, dodge, parry, turn, twist, thrust, spin, boing, boing, boing.
But the only bad part is that
Is it windy? Not at all. There's just a breeze sometimes. But sometimes there's hardly any breeze, such as right now. The air is very still at the moment. Look at this cluster of like fire escapes and railings and all kinds of stuff going on here. Charles Street. Tim Kenyon, hello.
It's always like that. It's always like that. When I look back at Gabby, like, it should
Why 720? Because my anti-overheating setting, which I had to activate before I began the stream, it wouldn't let me start the stream unless I turned on this anti-overheating setting. I had no choice. And apparently that has bumped the quality down to 720p to stop the phone from overheating. And I can't seem to change it while I'm streaming. I'm kind of like stuck in 720p. I'm just wondering if once it cools down a bit, if it'll bump back up to 1080p again, just automatically. I don't know. I've never had to turn on this setting before a stream started. It just popped up. It wouldn't let me do anything until I turned it on. How about let me decide if I want to turn on that setting or not, right? Don't force me to do it. Let me decide. It's my phone. If I want to risk the phone overheating, that's up to me. My phone has been taken over, yeah. Kind of seems like it. My phone is telling me what to do instead of me telling my phone what to do. That guy was literally frothing at the mouth. Holy moly. All right, Bloor, Yorkville. I feel like I'm in the song 2112. We have assumed control. We have assumed control. Hey, Jasmine. Good evening to you. Well, even with the shitty resolution here. We still have 370 some people watching. Thanks everyone for checking it out tonight. At least I'm not using as much data. Although I have more than enough data though, so I don't really have to worry about that. I try to use as much data as I can actually, because I never seem to use all of it at the end of every billing cycle.
Here, I think she was okay with it.
Here's the Mink Mile. We didn't walk through this part last time, so I guess it's okay to do it now. I have 200 gigs of high-speed data every month that I have to use, and I never use all of it, even with all the streams I do. I probably use just a little over half of it. Maybe even not even that much. So I'm basically just wasting 100 gigs a month. Hey Pamela, hello. And I have unlimited data at slower speeds, just for non-streaming type activity. Is Megan enjoying Pride Month? I don't know. I haven't really talked to her in the last couple weeks, I guess. St. Thomas Street. Too bad I can't sell my leftover data. Yeah, I could sell it to Cookies and Chaos for like a good deal. Hey, it's Herms! Hey, I got 75 bucks. This is Herms, right? Can I get one of them there bumpkin bags? I want to get one for my daughter. I got 75 bucks. This is Herms, right? Hello, Chowdhury. Guy in the black van there. Turn that shit off. What's it to you, man? You're driving along in your big stupid van doing whatever. That guy just gave me the finger. Geez, the Mink Mile is a bit rough tonight, eh? The mean streets of the Mink Mile here. I never thought this would be one of the mean streets for tonight's stream, but I guess I was wrong.
That's how it works.
I know, but like.
No way around that.
I think there's a bit of a backlash building against streamers and that sort of thing. Influencers mainly, right? I've noticed a backlash. I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm just a walktuber, live streamer, IRL live streamer. But we tend to get lumped in with the influencer crowd, I guess. And like people are really freaking out about the Meta glasses, those sunglasses that have cameras built in. Well, you don't know when you're being recorded when people are walking around with those on. So when I'm out recording or streaming, it's obvious that I'm doing it. I have this camera in my hand that's very visible. Even more so when I'm streaming with this big ass gimbal and phone. My camera is small, but it's still noticeable. You can still tell I'm holding a device and that I'm recording. Hey, there's the tower. Get to the tower. Get to it. And nuisance streamers also, you know, have become a problem, especially in certain parts of the world.
But my quote is based on
Like Johnny Somali is a good example. He's in jail now. Gotta clear my throat here. Hey, Chris Anderson, it's going all right. There's the ROM. Mo Parman. What guy? I'm not sure what guy you're talking about. Johnny Somali went to jail for being a nuisance. He went to the wrong place to be a nuisance in South Korea. He disrespected South Korea in ways that got him thrown in jail, basically. John O'Meara, $20. Time for a healthy eating New Canada food guide. Vector, frozen pizza, burritos, McCain. McCain marble cake. Ice cream sandwiches, root beer. Geez, you got my whole list here. You know everything. You can tell when someone is a regular viewer when. But wow, thank you. Thank you very much for the generous super chat. John O'Meara, cheers to you. Hey, look what's left of the planetarium. Last time we walked by here, the dome was still partially standing. Now the dome is completely gone. Just a bit of the remaining structure there. I am planning to stop at No Frills at the end of the stream. I think the Shooter Street location of No Frills. That's my plan, I believe. Hey, Greg. We're heading towards Queen's Park. Well, we're on Queen's Park, the street, but we're heading towards the park of the same name. Hopefully I'll be able to disable this anti-overheating setting permanently so I can choose whether or not to turn it on. I'm not forced to do it. Otherwise, all summer long I'll be forced to stream in 720p. That's definitely not ideal. Hey, Todd Boothby, hello. I can disable by getting a new phone. How do we know the new phones won't do the same thing? I do have new software on this phone, right? I think this came with the latest software update. Because it was never a feature before. It just appeared today for the first time. So I think even with a new phone that would still pop up. I just have to make sure I can turn it off. What's up, Otterly Free and Ella? Rosalina, I am planning to end up at the No Frills. Alright, we're in a nice shady spot. iOS 27. Yeah, I'm using a Samsung phone here. An old Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. I hear the bongos. Somebody's bongoing it up over there. Oh, we got a horn too. And a guitar or a bass. Got a whole little setup over here.
Yeah, they can just be like these streets.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like they're playing along to a recorded track though. I was going to go up close, but yeah, they're playing along to like a recorded track. So I won't go up close. Dusty, $4.99, and maybe a cookie, or what John Amira said. Just watch out if it's a charco. Thank you so much, Dusty. Oh yes, I'll be sure to be very careful from now on. Much appreciated. Thank you, Dusty. Cheers to you. Our version of the Tam Tams is Trinity Bellwoods Park. There's a section of the park that has a drum circle going with all the hippie types dancing and beating on the drums and all that. Sometimes they do it in Bellevue Square Park also in Kensington. But the one at Trinity Bellwoods I think is the bigger, more well-known one. Queen's Park. Sometimes there's boobies. I mean, hippies, drum circles, yeah. That's definitely a possibility, right? I always said that Trinity Bellwoods in the summer was like Woodstock, and there were lots of lots of boobies at Woodstock. There's your house. You live in the house of Doug. Are you Doug? We got Doug Ford in the chat, I think. Hey, Tyler, hello. Ding dong, ding dong. I hear bells over in the U of T, St. George campus. Yeah, I always enjoy a walk through Queen's Park here. Dun, 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 dun. Have that song in my head, whatever it was. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Slack Wolf. Long time no see. Hey, later, Mario. Or hello, Mario. Or hello and goodbye, Mario. Don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. Hey, have a good night, Choppy. Looks like the grass needs some cutting here. Tisk, tisk. Some seating here, this is nice. Moving Pictures album cover, anyone? Hey, drummer head. Just as Neil Peart is doing his thing, we have a drummer head in the chat. Yeah, I decided not to try to sing Getty's part there. There's no way I'd be able to do it. Not unless we pinched my budgie smugglers. That would probably do it, yeah. You know, with my tiny little wind. Yeah, I can't even do it when I pinch my own budgie smuggler. Yeah, that's the first time that sentence has ever been spoken in the history of the English language, I bet, right? It's kind of funny to think that. Of all the countless, almost infinite number of words that have been spoken over the centuries upon centuries, I don't think they've ever been spoken in precisely that way before. National Ballet of Canada. Madadam. Can I get across here before the cars come? On YouTube for infinity. And beyond. Hey, thank you, Alan K. Cheers. That's right. Like, share, subscribe if you're new, or even if you're not new, if you haven't already done those things. Come and say hi in the chat if you do subscribe, if you want. Hit the notification bell also if you do subscribe. You won't miss future streams if you'd like to catch those. I stream about 3 times a week usually. And I post a pre-recorded video on the other 4 days of the week. So every day you can watch a walk of some sort, whether it's live or not live, every single day. And sometimes I take rides on transit also. In the pre-recorded videos, actually my next video coming up is a subway ride. A nighttime subway ride. I like the Beach Boys. I very much like the Beach Boys. Yeah, the tower. The Ontario Firefighter Memorial. All these firefighters have died. I'm not sure if they all died in the line of duty. That's most likely what this is memorializing. Not just firefighters who died of old age or something related to that. Hey, thank you, Alan. That is another way to support. If you prefer not to let Google take a chunk of your support. That's another option. Hey Maher, hello. You will always continue. Hey, me too. Let me sit here for a moment. Un momento, por favor. Just want to check something. Yeah, it looks like I'm stuck continuing in 720p. Hey, maybe Carl. Maybe. It won't stop me from heating up though, but maybe my phone. Big empty lot is waiting for the new building to start construction. It's going to be the same as this, but taller, a taller version of this basically. The design will be the same. Part of U of T. This branch must have come down off one of these trees, maybe during a recent gust of wind or something. Watch on your TV. Well, hopefully it doesn't look too bad, Ziggy. Current resolution. Watching on TV. Yeah, a lot of my live stream viewers watch on their TVs. I can see how many in the analytics. It shows me how many watch on a phone or a computer or a TV. More people watch on their phones than on computers. But a big chunk watch on their TV. More than on the computer also. I don't know about the exact percentages, but the smallest number watch on their computer screen, laptop or desktop or whatever the case may be. A lot of people watch everything on their phone, which I never do really. Very rarely. Your TV is only 720 anyway. There we go. All right. So nothing to worry about there. Yeah, I think tablets are also a separate category. A small number watch on a tablet, smaller than on a phone, which is surprising because you'd think that would be more popular than the phone, but apparently not. It's just too convenient for people to not do everything on their phone. They always have it with them all the time. I have two tablets. I have an iPad and a Samsung tablet, and I never watch anything on either of them. I barely ever touch them. They just sit there collecting dust. Hello, Darlene. You lay on your couch, watch on the TV. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. What is happening here in the chat? All right, let's not start saying ridiculous things to one another, right? If you don't like somebody in the chat, you can just block them. You don't have to see what they're saying ever. You can just block them. And then just enjoy the stream. Why can't we all be friends? I know. Everyone is just all doing the same activity, you know? What's there to fight about? Here's the rooftop at Franz. I like France, I just never really come here. Last time was maybe like 3-4 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago. Jeez, yeah. Or almost 4 years ago. I think it'll be 4 years in September on my birthday. I went with Megan for my birthday. Are you gonna walk by Novotel? I don't think so. That's kind of way down in the St. Lawrence area. I'm not going to go that far down.
With that stupid cross.
At Young and College here.
Because you have to get rid of our enemy.
Party at your home.
Not too young. Can't avoid young, I guess, for an entire stream. Every once in a while I manage to do it, right? From streaming like way away from downtown or something. But if I'm streaming downtown, it's almost impossible to completely avoid Yonge Street. It's like if I was a streamer in Manhattan, I'd probably find myself on Broadway at least once every time. This is like the Broadway of Toronto, basically. Are you heading out, Ziggy? See, I don't like to see that. I don't like to see people feel like they've been bullied out of the chat. Wabba Wabba, hello. What is this, opera? What is this? What are they watching? It's movie night. It is movie night at College Park. What the heck? What are they watching? What is it? Bend It Like Beckham. Bend It Like Beckham. That was my guess when I saw the girls playing soccer. I was like, wait a second. I know this movie. Yeah, they have summer or spring, summer movie screenings there at College Park. They also do it in the Distillery District, and they do it in the Well also, and maybe some other spots I don't know about. Hey, hello Marla. Gimbal is being annoying. It's being wobbly. What is for dinner? I'm thinking pizza. Now that my AC is running, I'm not so hesitant to turn on my oven as I was before. So maybe I'll make some pizza in my oven. Hey, Midge Adams and Hannah Garris, welcome to both of you. Look at this. Was this like a bike? Is this all that's left of what was a bike? That's hilarious if that's really how much this bike has been sort of rated, you know? Kind of sad and hilarious, I guess. That's possible. Or is it art, right? Who knows? Red Baron pizza on sale at No Frills. Whoa, thank you, Alan. I happen to be heading to No Frills, so that works for me. That's a good price. Jeez. Hopefully they have some in stock. Chances are to be all sold out when I get there. Some of these downtown grocery stores are so busy. When things like that go on sale, it just gets cleaned right out in no time. Everyone descends. They all just go to the same spot and just buy all of it. Hey. Starting tomorrow. Okay, Alan, thanks. Well, maybe I'll make another trip there tomorrow then. There's another new grocery store opening close to me pretty soon. Right across from the Moss Park Apartments on Queen Street East. There's going to be a new Food Basics. So maybe I'll start going to Food Basics, because the other one that's currently not too far is the one at St. Jamestown, and I never go there. I just don't enjoy that store. But maybe a brand new one might change my mind. I'll try not to miss it, Ella. Yeah, I never really go to Food Basics just because that St. Jamestown location is just bleh. It's just not to my liking. It's all old and cramped and musty and crowded, and everyone seems grumpy there. Like the people who are shopping there seem grumpy, the cashiers seem grumpy. Everyone seems grumpy. There's always big lineups all the time. Ugh. Hey, Sandy Duncan is back. Hello, hello again. And Blue Sapphire. Alright, we're heading down Victoria Street. Just walk through TMU. You have been enjoying your new job and you're not grumpy? That's good. I think every job I've ever had, other than this one, I've been grumpy. They've all made me grumpy. I just don't like working for other people, I guess, you know? I don't buy into all that corporate culture stuff. It just seems so hokey to me. Young and a Dundas. There's the Sky Tower. That's quite the view now looking down Victoria Street from here. It's a very big city. Well, we are in a big city, so that makes sense, I guess. Looks more big city than it used to look. Hey, let's go see what's left of the Imperial pub over here. Look at, there used to be buildings there, remember? Old brick buildings. The Imperial pub is all gone. The building is completely gone. And the buildings next door are also gone. Look at that. Look at all those bricks. And the building next door was pretty big. It was like about 4 stories high. And it's gone now too.
Okay, just take the slack aim in. Hey, hold up. Wait.
And these buildings have been here for well over 100 years, you know. Hey. How's it going? No worries, no worries. There's dudes right above my head. Let me go over here. Make sure you don't get mowed down by a food delivery guy. They just whip through here. I always say food delivery guy because I've yet to see a woman doing it. I'm sure there are some, but I've never seen a woman doing the food delivery thing on those electric bikes or scooters. I've yet to see it. Here's some jazz. The Jazz Bistro. Down Victoria Street. Yeah, we just walked past the Senator. It's closed right now, but it's still open for business. They just keep weird hours there. I'm never sure when it's supposed to be open. I always walk past when it seems to be closed, but it has been open a few times recently. Han, hello. Victoria. Hey, Massey Hall has a show tonight. Here's another Fran's restaurant. haven't done push-ups in a while. Usually I only do them on my birthday, right? That's the only time I can remember doing them. The last 2 birthdays. At least for you guys, I do them all the time. Almost daily. Who's playing at Massey Hall tonight? We're at Shooter and Victoria. Yun Shi. Okay, I don't know who that is, but thank you, Carol. I've always liked this shot right here. The old church. St. Michael's Cathedral. Several classic albums live. That sounds cool. I wonder if there's any Beatles in there. Am I walking to home? I'm sort of doing that. 2 hours, 47 minutes. Yep. I've been doing 3-hour streams lately. Hey, the color purple. I've never spotted any, no. Sounds like Drake to me. Sounds like Drake, and you have that nasally kind of voice. Drake sounds like this, you have a nasally voice. Dalhousie Street Park. I like this bench that only has half of a back. It's a half back. We're getting close to the end. I'm just sort of stretching it out a little bit here. Nick Lowe and Dave Edmonds. I used to have a Dave Edmonds in the chat. Used to be like a big time supporter with like monster super chats in Filipino currency. Lived in the Philippines. Nice as these. The Alan K, $4. Red Baron Pizza on you. Thank you, Alan K, one of the right under the wire super chats as I'm close to ending the stream here. Thank you very much. Cheers, Alan. Much appreciated. Yeah, Red Baron tomorrow, right? The sale. I'm probably going to check that out, most likely, for sure. Most likely, 95%, I would say. I'll be there. Hey, later, John. Pizza. Have a good night, Chantel. Hey, you dropped your pocket. You made it just in time. Just in time. I'm going to be wrapping it up in a few minutes. Good to see you. I think a lot of people are already checking out, even though I'm still streaming. Alright, here's the no frills. I just went around the block just to try to bring us closer to that 3-hour mark for no apparent reason. I just like it. I just like seeing that 3-hour time, you know. Whoa, my gimbal is really acting up right now. I think it's going to die any second. I don't think I could stream any longer anyway, unless I plug it into the power bank. But thank you everyone for watching the Wednesday evening stream. I almost forgot what day it was for a second. On a hot Wednesday, it was like 29 Celsius when I started the stream. It might have cooled off a little. But unfortunately, my overheating setting, which I didn't know when I activated it, bumped the stream down to 720p. So I'll make sure next time that's not the case. I'll have to look at the settings after this. So hopefully it still looked okay to most of you, but what can you do, you know? What can you do? The technology is taking over, man. It's telling us what to do. But I hope to see you in my next stream on Friday, most likely. So like, share, subscribe, of course. Do all those things. Hit all the buttons. Hit the notification bell. And you can check that one out. And tomorrow night I'll be premiering a pre-recorded video around 7:15 in the evening. Hope to see you there for that too in the live chat. That'll be a late night subway ride video. So I look forward to that. So thanks again to everyone for watching, for sticking it out for like 3 hours on a hot downtown walkabout here. And thanks to Alan K for the modding duties. Cheers to you. Thank you to all those who sent support so much with the super chats, super stickers, or any PayPal donations. That is very, very much appreciated. And channel members as well. Cheers. New subscribers, old subscribers, everybody. It was a pleasure. Until next time, I will continue. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Stay cool. You know, if you're hot, go somewhere cool. Sit in the tub if you have to. That's what I used to do before I had AC. Alright, going to head inside here. So have a great night all. I'll see you next time. My gimbal is flashing red. It's telling me it's about to die.